Yo, ho, ho, ho. It is another edition of the Io's Podcast, sponsored by Miller Lite, official partner of the Philadelphia Phillies. Tastes like Miller time, Philadelphia. Celebrate responsibly, Fritzy. One of those things where, we knew Zach Wheeler wasn't likely to pitch in the playoffs. He wasn't likely to come back, but, we just didn't know for sure. And it's done. How you doing, pal?
So I got to be honest. I was so confused by your yo because they did take 2 or 3.
That's so I tried to start with the 2 or 3, and then I got into a little Zach Wheeler, and then,
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I forgot about the Zach Wheeler thing because I guess I kind of already convinced myself that he wasn't going to pitch again this year, and we were out and about on Saturday, which I'm sure we will obviously. Yep. So we will get into that. I totally forgot. So I thought your yo was more about like how it was a strictly survive in advance kind of weekend against the Nationals, which it really was. I mean, they are turning into they're the new Marlins. I mean, they are unbelievably annoying. They're frisky. I actually kind of like them a little bit. Like if I was a Nationals fan, I would be. There's an intrigue to watch a horrible baseball team every single night.
Oh yeah, we've done it, buddy. We've been there. We know.
Yeah, well, they're going through it with like top 10 draft picks. We went through it with absolute scrubs and Rhys Hoskins and Aaron Nola. That is the difference between watching the Nationals and watching the Phillies. So a strict survive in advance type weekend. But yes, the Wheeler thing. The thing that actually relieved me more than anything was in the statement about how I'm looking forward to coming back and helping the team win a championship, because there was definitely a part, like a voice in the back of my head saying, was that it? Like, are we ever going to see Zach Wheeler throw again for the Phillies? So at least from that standpoint, that was a positive, and hopefully everything goes well and he continues to progress in a positive way.
Yeah, and I'm with you too. Like when the news came out, it was one of those. It was just like a confirmation. We knew it, but still that like loss of the hope of the. Like the Hoskins thing we talked about, with just the hope that like maybe he could come out of the bullpen in a World Series game, and then Citizens Bank Park would melt to the ground, just to lose that. But I'm with you. Like when I saw the news, I don't think anyone was shocked by it. And in some ways, it was nice to just have a timeline attached to it. And, he should be ready for next year if he to your point, the fact that it seems like he wants to pitch, we'll see after he goes through all this. But I look, as far as this specific thing goes, it seems like the surgery was a positive, the venous surgery as opposed to the neurogenic surgery. It's a good thing, and all that stuff. So it's like,
why don't you break that one down for me? Can you break that one down for me?
I was on the National Institute of Health this morning. The camera was like, tell me all about this. Like, break it down, look up old. I could tell you all about Scott Oberg and all these cases and stuff. But basically that's the thing though. The real takeaway from doing all this is like, there's no comp, like no 35-year-old pitcher who is as good as Zach Wheeler has ever had a blood clot in their pitching arm. Like, it's never happened. So, like, it's just, there's no comp for it. There's no way to really know. And look, I it's a bummer, but I have, to your point, I do think he's going to come back. I do think reading that statement, I just don't think he's going to go out like this, assuming everything goes smooth on the road.
Of course. Yeah. So I think that was kind of where I was. And I really just have totally bought into this team rallying and using it as motivation. And now that they know for certain that he's not coming back, I think that there's always going to be that thing that they can go back to if they lose a couple games or they have a little bit of a downturn, where they can look to their brother. And the Nola quotes are kind of heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking, dude.
Yeah. God, I love these guys.
Lost puppy wandering around the ballpark trying to find someone to watch a game with.
That's probably how you feel when I'm not sitting right there in the studio next to you.
Exactly how I feel. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. And so I guess I've just convinced myself that they're going to be all right without him. That could 100% change when the postseason rolls around, and I'm not used to having 7 innings of pretty dominant postseason baseball for my right-handed 35-year-old ace. But as for right now, I just have a good feeling about where they're at, and it being a rallying cry, and it being this team's thing that can help put them over the top. And I still haven't stopped thinking about him coming out for a first pitch before the whole thing starts.
That's going to happen, and that's going to be epic.
He might have to throw it left-handed. I don't know.
Fine. It's fine.
I don't know how it's all gonna work. I don't know where his arm's gonna be at. But the CBP pop when Wheels comes out to be out there for a first pitch. You kidding me? They take the Phil's run line. Wouldn't matter. Doesn't matter. They're gonna win. So, but a total bummer. And yes, we were together when the Wheeler news came down on Saturday at Tucker's wedding.
Yeah, and we'll get Tucker's wedding in a sec. But I'm right there with you, and I do think that. Look, I agree with you. I think that the way they've talked, obviously the way they played in that first series, the Mariners series, we will remember for a long time. Yeah, the great regular season series. But I do think that what we've heard from them, the way they've talked, the way Nola talked, the way all these guys have talked, Trey, about like each of them kind of having to step up a little and take on a greater load and do a little more. And just, I think I do think it is a galvanizing force for this team. Like whether they win the World Series or not, we'll find out. But I do think this thing, make it very clear. It doesn't make losing Zach Wheeler okay. Still to Jack's initial point, like not having Wheeler for the playoffs, it's more of a negative than a positive. It just is. But I do think that the way they're talking about it, the way they're looking at it, the way they've played so far, I really do believe that they are using it the right way. And then it can be this type of force for them. They just have to come through. But I love everything that I've heard and seen from them in reaction to this.
Yeah, and I think offensively you're seeing some guys step up. But the thing that I've been most, I guess, proud of and happy with is, the job that Ranger's done. And Ranger, said driving to the ballpark after during the first game of the Mariners series, he was thinking to himself, like, it's on me now. It's on me now to step up. And boy, has he stepped up. He has looked unbelievable. Yesterday that's Ranger. I mean, that's the Ranger, first half Ranger. And I mean, to pretty much just flip a switch and be like, I'm going to carry the team now. Actually feels like the most Ranger Suarez kind of thing to possibly happen. It's like, hey, you know what? I'm just going to be good now. Everything's fine. So, the zip was back on the fastball. He's like 92, and he was down in the zone. So I know it's the Nationals. I know they're not like the most unbelievable offensive threat, but I think from his perspective, I thought Knowles was pretty good on Saturday. It was a vintage Aaron Nola start from the standpoint of he allowed a couple home runs that made you feel awful, but was just good enough. He didn't go out there and get shelled. He was just good enough. So the way the starting staff, I think, is also rallying around it, and what you're getting out of Ranger and what you're getting out of Luzardo, or what you got out of him after his first start, post Wheeler, like those are the ones too that you need to see signs of life, because we all know Sanchez starting game one, and boy, is it a marquee Cy Young potential start tonight up in New York. We know that Sanchez starting game one, as long as pitching alignment. But I mean, who's your game two starter right now? It's probably Ranger.
It's probably
right?
Ranger.
And then and then three Luzardo and four Knowles. Do they shoehorn in?
Yeah.
Do they shoehorn in Nola into that third starter just because?
To mix up. Well, they might to mix up the lefties. I mean,
listen.
I mean,
I can already hear Thompson.
How about that? 3 lefties at the top. I mean, they could do a series with just pitching lefty starters. It's rare, man. I don't remember many teams going to the playoffs with 3 lefties at the top of the rotation. It's just unique.
Well, especially because was it 2016 to 2018? They had no lefty starters.
Remember, it couldn't buy a lefty start. Literally,
they didn't have a lefty. They didn't have a lefty starting game, I think, until like Cole Irvin came up.
You're right. Yeah, that's such a. I forgot all about that. Yeah, that was
they put Adam because they put Morgan in the bullpen, so he was the only lefty they had, and now all we have is great left-handed pitching. So I do wonder if and I don't think it does, because he's going to be back for next year. I just wonder if the Wheeler situation does change the calculus on a Ranger.
I don't think
it does. I don't think it does, but I guess it could.
Yeah, and look, it's all going to depend on, as always, what Ranger's offers are on the market. I think that if Ranger is who we want him to be for the rest of the season, the playoffs, it's going to make him more money. It is, to finish out strong after the lull he had, to be able to bring it back. I do think it will help him come contract time. So I'm with you. I think the Ranger thing is unlikely, but with the Wheeler thing, you have to consider it. You know, you don't know exactly if Wheeler's going to be ready to start next season, where he's going to be at. Plus Luzardo. I mean, they have to touch base with Luzardo, see where he's at from a long-term contract perspective.
Yep.
If you think Luzardo is not going to re-sign here or be more difficult to re-sign here because he'll be younger going on the market with better stuff than Ranger going on in the market, like, then maybe you say, all right, well, let's sign Ranger now and just assume Luzardo's leaving. So, like, there are machinations of it that, you know, we don't know how it's all going to play out, but I'm with you. Look, Ranger's one of those guys who has the whole world in front of him right now. I mean, he is 32 games and a playoff run away from being a free agent in a class with not a ton of great starters in it. And Boris is his agent. Like, if he can, do what he did yesterday, the last two starts, some amalgamation of that for the rest of the year through the playoffs, like, it literally could make him $20-30 million. Like, seriously, it's a big spot for him. And to your point, for the Phillies, like, who do you trust most after Sanchi? It's not even close, right? Like, if we're talking about you had to start a playoff game with your life on the line, like, it's Ranger by miles over the other two guys, So it's really big.
Yeah, and by the way, if I'm Luzardo, I'm probably re-signing here, given how I want to be in a smart pitching development organization. So if he should wisen up. But on Rangers case, he went from like over $100 million probably, when he first came back and he was dominating, to maybe losing about 50, to being maybe right in that sweet spot. Yeah. 75 million. Does Ranger get 75 million? Who knows?
He might.
After all of this, they're gonna end up re-signing Schwarber, JT,
and Ranger. I know.
All three of them.
I think JT's a lock. Like, I would be absolutely shocked if JT is not back next year. I mean, he's been awesome, obviously, and deserves the credit for that. But, like, there's no plan there. There's no other option. And I just don't, like, I think JT will get offers. I just don't see JT getting some huge offer out there at the age of 34 where he's not going to end up just coming back here. I think of those three, I think the biggest lock to be back is JT.
I agree. I mean, Schwarber, there is the real possibility someone just gives him whatever. Yes, and I think the Phillies, and like, JT's 35, his whole life's here. He's got 4 kids. I don't think
shocked.
I don't think he'd be thrilled to pick up and leave right now, unless someone offers him like 360.
Of course. There's always caveats with this, There's always potentially.
But yeah, I think JT means more to the Phillies than he does to anyone else out there. So it's gonna. I hope they sell a lot. I hope they have a nice.
By the way, thank you all three for not doing us any favors here and just unreal contract seasons for all of them. So thanks.
Guys. Yeah. So really, for Middleton's sake, let's go on a deep playoff run and make as much as we can, win a World Series, and then we could pay for everyone. And then maybe they get off Cassie and Taiwan, because Taiwan's pitching well enough to maybe someone want to eat $18 million for a season.
I like
that. Come on, man. Let's get crazy. Let's get wild.
What do you think of the Cassie stuff? Like, obviously there was that picture was going around social media, and like, look, it's hard to tell with like still images when people are, but it was right after the Sosa homer, and he's like deadpan, looking like someone just died or something. He's like,
I didn't see that.
Oh, you didn't see it? It was going around social media.
No.
Like, and who knows? Like, again, he's maybe erupted right after, whatever. But like the whole Cassie thing, we've talked a little bit about it, but I mean, Topper really is playing Kepler out there and giving Cassie days off, and this is not. I mean, like, it's becoming more of a thing than it was. I guess not a ton with Kepler out there, but the point is, like, it doesn't seem like Cassie is super psyched with everything going on.
Yeah, but I think the run of the platoon outfield is over. I think Cassie's back. I think he got a couple hits, and they're like, there he is. He's fine. We sent the message. He got it. He got annoyed, and now he's just gonna play every single day. Good. Like, do you really think that he's not going to be in the lineup tonight against Senga?
No, I think he's going to be in the lineup for the playoff. I'm with you. Like, I don't disagree. I'm just,
because again, it's still he's still their best chance. I know it's
his ceiling is the highest by far of those guys.
Unfortunately.
And look, he was the two guys who hit in the playoffs last year. It is what it is. And again, he is someone who's done something Reggie Jackson and him are the only two people to do in the playoffs somehow.
Yeah, and the one situation I'm kind of monitoring in the outfield is, there's two. One is is Bader in the process of just taking the job and running with it? He had 3 hits on Saturday, was 1 for 2 yesterday. I think he's hitting 283 in his last 15.
Works a walk too.
Listen, he is a pretty high quality at bat.
I agree. Well, especially look, we know what everyone's going to complain about, and we know what everyone's expecting in the playoffs. Like Bader doesn't seem like someone who's going to annoy people with chasing everything and all that. At least
Yeah, I agree. I'm trying to be a pro here.
Yeah, you're doing great, buddy. It's all good. Jack is muting his mic and then not muting it. You look very chill right now with the shades on out on the deck. It's a good look for you. Oh, I got to keep.
I know. So hold on. Well, no, you're fine. You're fine.
It's just there's bus or something.
It's a trash truck. And they are just planting right in front of our.
Oh, that's perfect. That's exactly what we wanted.
This is high quality.
Oh, this is great. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, hold on. I'll give you the thumbs up when I'm good.
Okay, you do that. I'll just Phil hanging out in the studio with Justin Morgenstein.
Because just keep talking about Bader.
So I really do like Bader. He-Man is who he looks like. That's I come to the conclusion on that. Look, I think he's so smooth out there in the outfield too, and I think look, we've gone through the Rojas thing the last couple of years. Bader is just as good a defensive player, more stable as a defensive player. Maybe not the high end that Rojas has, but ultimately, he is such a more confident hitter. He is such a more accomplished hitter at the plate. I'm with you. If I were Rob Thompson, and I know there's, again, politics involved and playing time and all that, but if it were me, Harrison Bader would be my starting center fielder every game. That's it. We're not platooning there. He's our center fielder. Let's roll. The question is, is Topper going to get to that point? Because it does feel like he's got these personalities to manage, and we get back to the Cassie thing and all that. It seems like, we're going to see how that plays out. This is, it's pretty hilarious watching Jack. There you are. Hey, buddy.
Well, it's just I feel bad because I am right here. I can hear everything you're saying. And they're just camped. They're just not moving. Anyway, so, all right, there we go.
Goodbye.
My goodness. Well, because I thought I was good, because right before we were recording, one of the trash trucks came through, and I was like, perfect. They're not going to come in the next hour. Just kidding. So, but with Bader, 285, I think in his last 15. The thing that I find so funny is just the cockiness in which that it makes me nervous every time he does it, because I'm not used to it. I just want my outfielders at this point to catch the baseball. Dude, especially
like Little League, 2 hands. I'm super scarred. Okay.
And then this guy just comes here and he's like, I'm gonna backpedal into going and catching the baseball. Whatever. I'm gonna do a karaoke before I go over and catch it. So I appreciate that. It's a little bit of edge that I think they do need, a little bit of confidence. I think they need that kind of stuff. So I hope that he kind of takes a job and run with it. And then the other thing that I'm monitoring is that Marsh has definitely slowed down. Now, he was unbelievable for a good stretch there, but I think he's hitting 250 in August, and it was not terrible. But recently, it just seems like it's been a little bit more pronounced. But Kepler's been swinging a hot bat. I don't know how you just plop him on the bench over and over again. So we'll see what happens tonight against Senga. Is Casty in there? Do they go to Marsh in center and then Kepler in left field? Since it's a bigger outfield, do they just go all defense with Sanchez on the mound? Now Sanchez is more of a ground ball guy, so you don't need it as much. But yeah, my general feeling is that Castellanos is just going to be out there pretty much every single day, and Thompson's just going to be like he's back.
Yeah, if I had to bet, I would bet on that happening, but I want to see more of Topper being willing to poke the bear a little bit with that for his best for the team. What's your rank your level of confidence for me in essentially? Well, we won't include JT. We'll say the top 4 of the lineup as it's been right now because JT's been so good. After that, Casty, Bohm, Stott, who before wouldn't have even been on the list. Now you might trust him more than Marsh at this point. They're flip-flopping. But Marsh, Bader, all those guys who confidence level purely as a hitter, forgetting anything defensively, how would you rank those guys right now today, as we hurdle towards the playoffs?
Well, on August 25th, I would say Stott 1.
Which is crazy, right? Because I would too. I trust him the most. If I had to, one of those guys having a bat for my life, I would pick Stott right now. And that's crazy because 3 weeks ago, I would have been like, I don't even know if he's a major league hitter.
I know. Go to Allentown. It's time to go to Allentown, Bryson. And now he's playing good ball, and I'm happy for Stoddard. And I think just let him settle into that 9 spot and cook
just no pressure
down there at the bottom.
We talked about it as like a second leadoff kind of thing that gets on base for Turner and Schwarber. Like, love it.
Yeah, but I overall feel pretty okay about all of them. In a way, like I think Bader's gonna have. I just think Bader's gonna have a moment in the postseason. I don't know when it's gonna happen. The Bader home run is gonna melt the stadium.
Awesome. Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Kepler, again, I'm not getting ahead of myself, but I think he's not a disaster right now at the plate. And Marsh is going through a little bit of downturn. He's been a streaky player his entire time here, where he hits 350 for 2 months and then he'll hit 150 for 2 months. So I wish it wasn't happening with 32 games left to go, and I wish that he was peaking at a different time. But I guess the not bad part about it, in a way, is that they do have some options in the outfield. They don't, like, I know Sosa can play second base, and it would be okay, but at least in the outfield, they can kind of just go with the hot hand. It's not like if you take one of them out, all of a sudden it's just Weston Wilson, or like some of the last couple of years where the options on the bench were just not good enough. They have,
because 3 of them can field now too. With Marsh, Kepler, and Bader, you have 3 guys who can field, which they haven't had for a while. So that makes the mixing and matching easier.
And people keep again. I want to see Crawford as much as the next guy. Where's he playing? He's not playing. So I don't know what you want them to do about Crawford. Also, what's kind of funny is that like Rojas is going down there and doing exactly what Justin Crawford's done.
Open stance, buddy. New thing. You in?
No, but it's like. But it's like he has the exact same numbers that Crawford has. Yeah, so AAA success, again, we do this every year, doesn't always equate to immediate major league success. Otto Kemp had an 1100 OPS in AAA. 1100. By the way, it's gone back down, still raking. Like he's also
hit. 4 years older than Justin Crawford too, like developed and stuff. He's that's my point though. That stuff matters.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just let Crawford stay down. If there's an injury, they'll bring him up, I'm sure. But like, still complaining that Justin Crawford isn't here, I find to be such a fruitless. Like, there's why there's nowhere for him to play right now. So the platoon outfield fills kind of cooking. Stott kind of cooking. Playing good baseball. Baseball. Big series up in New York.
All right, we'll talk about that series in a minute. I want to get to Tucker's wedding, most importantly, but one last thing before Tucker's wedding and then the take bag. I want to give you the forum. There's a forum that we have here, a soapbox, whatever it is you want to say it is. I want to give you the opportunity because I feel like today, after watching what he did again yesterday, and unbelievable. I mean, bases loaded, no outs, double play out of the inning, no problem. Would you like to apologize to Tanner Banks on this show for your just unacceptable words about him the vast majority of his Phillies career? I might trust him more than Matt Strahm right now. How's that? Tanner Banks, the floor is yours.
Stud, man. I am.
What a stud.
I think I love Tanner Banks. I really do.
I really do. I'm a little joke, but like I might feel more confident when he comes into a game than Strahm right now. I might.
Well, 100%. 100%. And I do. I like his personality. I like how he was so excited to stand in front of the real, I guess, interview place rather than in front of his locker. I thought that was a funny thing. And the thing that I appreciate the most about Tanner Banks is that he just has stones. Like
he has stones,
he knows that he knows he doesn't have 94, 95, but he's got 92, and you got to hit it. And he's in the strike zone. He's competitive with his pitches. And I mean, against lefties, that slider's a tough look. Slider's a tough look against lefties. So, of course, always the disclaimer. Glad to be wrong. I want every Philly I want every Philly to be great. There is no like agenda here where I would just want to be right. And I mean, I do that with the football team, but with the baseball team, I genuinely want every player to be great and prove opinions wrong. And Tanner Banks has done that and more. What a spot yesterday. Alvarado, by the way, just stuff not popping early.
By the way, credit to Topper there. Credit to Topper.
Oh yeah.
You know, like three walk or two hit two walks, like, and then he just went like that. Like he could have given him another batter, given him a chance. He didn't, and I thought that was awesome to see.
Yeah, come on, man. It's August. It's late August, September. It's time to. We don't need to do that right now. Banks is going to be in the postseason anyway. I
was surprised to see Topper come out of the dugout.
Yeah. I was yearning for it, and he actually did. Yeah. Well, and it is important from the standpoint of we're doing research and development at this time because we have to figure out what's going to work in the postseason. Well, Banks could be in a situation where he has to come in and do that. So it was good. It was good, and I like Strahm. Again on Saturday, he's had spurts of looking the part, but for a majority of the season, it's been walking a tightrope with him, and I just would like a little IL stint with shoulder something to rest him and see if that they can salvage the end of the year and into the postseason and make sure he is as good as possible. The problem is that Alvarado doesn't exactly look the part either, so it's not like he can just throw him out there and everything's going to be fine. But at least from the lefty, Banks is pitching his way into more and more high leverage situations. It's good.
No, it's really good. Yeah, and they need it. You know, we talked about the Alvarado thing, losing that, just the talent of that pitcher obviously hurt them. But from a lefty perspective, I mean, they don't have lefties in the pen. They really needed someone else. And we talked about it being Ranger or Luzardo or something. Now that can't happen because of the Wheeler injury. It really did, Tanner Banks emerging for them as a viable lefty in the playoffs is a really big deal, like a big deal for this team. So it's nice to see. All right. So here's what I will say. If you thought that Tucker wasn't the kind of person like I did, I would have bet my life that Tucker was not the kind of person to go topless at his wedding. I was wrong. Topless Tucker, baby. Tucker was dancing on the dance floor, rips his shirt off. First of all, you could tell he wanted to because he's like unbuttoning all the buttons. He was like, every button on his shirt was undone for a certain time. Then he just goes topless. Tucker was rapping on the mic with the band. What a party, man. What a party. We had so much fun at Tucker's wedding.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, Tucker's our producer.
Yes, if you're just tuning in, Tucker produces.
If you're just tuning in, Tucker
from time to time. Shout out to Tucker Bagley. Does a great job.
Yeah, so he got married. I must have been gone at that point.
You missed the topless? It was so great.
I left when Tucker was about 3 buttons down.
Okay.
When he was about 3 buttons down.
Yeah.
So it was, I mean, he was also absurdly locked in on Phillies baseball, which I appreciated.
Yeah, I know.
So we like that. And it was a good time. It was good. I streamed the entire game. It was fine.
I know. You're Jack's over here looking at his phone. I'm out dancing. It was great. You danced at one point. I was pretty impressed with you. That was good to see you.
Well, I think it was Lito. When Lito came on, I'm not dancing to Lito.
Yeah. So it was good. Got a lot of dancing in. It was a great wedding. Great wedding band. One of the better wedding bands I've ever heard in my many weddings because I'm old, Jack.
Dude, I so appreciate a good wedding band.
Oh, me too. It matters.
Everyone goes DJ. A good band is a total game changer.
I totally agree. I think it's one of the most important things. Alcohol and good music, and you're pretty much set for your wedding. And then food, but that's less important in my opinion.
Well, the amount of food was just out of control as well.
Insane. Like by the time the hors d'oeuvres were done, I was like, I can't even eat the main course because I'm so full from all the. Yeah, it was all, and the food was great.
I was concerned the cocktail hour food was the dinner food.
Oh, I know.
Because
you thought it was. There was so much of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, listen, I didn't know that the producers of this podcast made so much money, but good for him.
It was
because
a little wedding. It was. Yeah.
It was a extravagant wedding.
Yeah,
it was big. So
they had freaking like sparkler like pyrotechnics on the dance floor. People are dancing. All of a sudden, these like sparklers are going off. It's like, whoa, it's pretty good.
I know. Yeah, well, yeah,
like
doing that inside.
Band. It was nuts.
Dude, doing that inside too. I would be so concerned that it was going to burn it down.
I was like, this seems a little aggressive here. I don't know if this is the smartest move. But
also, for anyone out there that like is needs someone at their wedding that will laugh at jokes.
Oh yeah, that's
hire James Seltzer. I think
right
you could start a courtesy laugh business.
You're right.
If you wanted.
Hey, that guy was up there doing his best for the ceremony. He tried to pop a joke in there. You got to give him a little laugh, man. Make him feel like he's doing a good job.
All of a sudden, the second to last row in the back of your ha! That's all you heard. Second to last row.
That's exactly what happened. It was silence except me going, ha! And that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, got him.
I'll bet you know what? When he thinks back on that speech, he's going to remember that I had his back. So,
Yep. And I will say, both speeches were good.
Yeah,
both speeches were good.
I agree.
It was overall a very, very good wedding.
It was really well put together. They had like dancing in between courses. Like it was never felt like you were sitting at the table forever. They had McDonald's after. Like Tucker put on a really great wedding. Shout out to Tucker.
They had McDonald's after too. Wow.
Wow. Oh yeah, they had McDonald's after. Unbelievable. You get cheeseburgers and nuggets after the wedding. It was unbelievable.
There's Tucker.
Tucker. Right? It was really good. Like they did a great job. Shout out to Tucker and Mary. All right, let's get to the take bag or the Tucker bag, as it were today.
Well, the big one is I need this series in New York, and like the Phillies are playing good baseball. They're doing good things. Burn the boats. Win it for Wheeler. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of positive momentum. It feels like 75 to 80% of the city is in, but there's still that 20% that is living and breathing and talking about last year's Mets series, and this is what they're going to do in the postseason, and blah 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 blah. Like this is the series that shuts that up and gets the positive like wind at the back of their sails. Let's freaking go. Like that is what this series is, because I know they're 7 games up. I know that mathematically it's going to take a lot for the Mets to come back and win the division. But for me, you, our listeners, very positive Phillies fans, there is a stench of last year's postseason and that ballpark and Citi Field. And I think the Mets tonight are going to be juiced up that the Phillies are coming into town. And what I want the Phillies to do is I want them to meet the moment. Meet the moment. Don't just treat this as August 25th, 3-game series up in New York. Go up there and take it. Go take it from this Mets team. Don't treat it as we really only need 1 of 3 and we're still in good position with the division. No, I have no interest in that. Even 2 or 3 you die with a sweep. But like, go take 2 or 3, go win the series, cut them off at the knees, don't let them get the momentum started, and send a message that even without Wheeler, we're still as good as you think that we are. That is what this series is. Meet the frickin' moment.
Yeah, I think you said it really well. Like look, even if the Mets swept the Phillies, they would still be 4 games up in the division, which you don't want to see or whatever. But the point being that like this series, we thought it would mean a lot more when August started than after, the Phillies gaining 6 games or whatever they did in August. It's just the division race juice, but it's still there because like the Mets could get back in it. The Phillies could end it, like bury them with a sweep. They'll be 10 games up with 29 to play if they sweep them, the Phils. So like there are still stakes from that perspective, but the stakes are just not nearly as big from a division perspective. You're so right, dude. The stakes are the for this team. Like they're more not tangible in the way it's that we need to see this group go up to that place. By the way, you mentioned like Citi Field. Dave Uram put this out. Shout out to Uram. Phillies have lost 20 of their last 26 games at Citi Field. Think about that. They are 20. The Mets are 20-6 against the Phillies at Citi Field since 2022. And that's since 2022. That's Phillies teams that have made the playoffs. That's good Phillies teams. Like, that is embarrassing. 20 of 26. Like, that alone, much less the playoff series there last year, this team being the team you fought in the playoffs, the whole thing, like to your point, this is a series where you want to see these guys go in and say, like, F off, Mets. Like, enough of this. Like, we're done with this. And they can do that,
I need one guy. I need a Bryce series. I need a give me villain Bryce. Give me villain Bryce where everyone's booing you, overrated chance, and you go up there and you hit 3 home runs in this series. I mean, come on. That's what we need.
Make Chase proud, Bryce. Make Chase proud.
Dude, oh man. So it's a big one. I knew it was bad. I forgot it was that bad. 20 and
right.
20 and 6.
You put that out this morning. I was like, oh my! I was almost speechless because I knew it was bad, but like, I would have never guessed it was like that dramatic. That's even with the Veerling throw in there where he threw the guy out of at the plate. Veerling throw.
That was I remember because I watched that in the Eagles press box.
Yeah.
People were never thrilled when I watched the Phils in the Eagles press box.
Oh, yeah. No matter what, it would find its way to Twitter and people.
Yeah. Oh, you don't appreciate them.
For shame.
Yeah. Yes, that's what I do.
Great.
Relentlessly me, the Jack Fritz story.
Ringthebellbook.com. Check it out. The Jack Fritz.
Yeah. The book of the summer, many are saying. The book of the summer.
Many are, yes.
Aided in August, 378, 683 slug, 1100 plus OPS. Now again, season doesn't always start in August, so would like to.
But again, one of the youngest players at AA, like just getting his footing under him, and let's roll.
Do you think that David Robertson is just going to do this every year now, where he's going to stay out for the first half of the year, come back and be pretty good?
I mean, fresh arm, like he was awesome that inning on was it Saturday when he struck out the side? Was it? I think, dude, he has been so fun to have here. It is crazy, dude. He pitched against the Phillies in the 2009 World Series. Think about how long ago that feels. The 2009 World Series feels like forever ago. He pitched against us. He just keeps doing it. 40, my man. He has been. I liked the move. I thought it was a smart move. He has been much better than I expected.
Well, he went from he's going to pitch when they're losing to we might need him at a high leverage, spot.
Maybe passing Kirkering as your 8th inning guy. Robertson's right there.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I know, but he's right there. Look, he's probably the next guy, right? In terms of trust rankings, it's obviously Duran 1, probably Kirkering 2, but is Robertson 3? Maybe Banks. I don't know.
Shaved head Romano. I'm excited to see what he looks like without all the long hair.
It was the only option he had. This is it. If the Sirianni thing can't work for him, it's over. But if nothing else, because look, none of us are going to forget how horrible he's been. But if he pitches well for 2 weeks with the hair, people might believe it. Just because they would be like, oh, okay, it works. I believe in him again. It is the only move he had. So
Yep. So we'll see how that goes. Speaking of Duran, it was jarring watching Friday night. Thought it would never happen.
Do you want to comment on that? Because I didn't even know about this. I was wondering, why is my Twitter feed blame Jack? I didn't know that you had done anything or whatever. Then I texted the thread and found Elliot told me that you made a proclamation and it didn't go off. Type of thing.
All I did was ask a question. Do you think he's going to blow a save this year? And of course, on the
unbelievable.
The night of. It happens. It happens. People were thinking about it. So
the amount of blame Jack things I saw, people were definitely thinking about it. It was obnoxious how many people blamed you.
You know what's funny? I always forget how many people listen. It's
pretty weird.
People are pretty locked in. So that was again, it was still jarring watching it happen. But yes, he blew a save. And then kind of got hit around on Saturday. I think the new thing that they have to do is just stand on the line. Hitters are
for real.
The hitters are probably gonna be late on 103.
Dude, it's 103. They're not turning on it. I don't think you have to worry about it.
Yeah, maybe let everyone know when a fastball is coming versus when a splitter is coming.
Another good point. Yeah.
Stand on the line as best as they can. I know they can't do that, but regardless,
you can shade towards the lines more. You could.
No, I meant from the standpoint of let everyone know when a fastball is coming.
Oh no, that part. Yeah, you definitely can't.
Yes. Yeah, you can't do that.
Hand signals or something. I don't know.
Whistle, just whistle or bang a trash can.
I like that, and then the other team will never figure it out. No.
Yeah,
it's good.
But I just it happens. I'm so not worried about Duran, but I will say he's one of those guys that does have 100 plus. That now his stuff is so good, like his splitter's so good that like I don't think his fastball is really going to get hit, but it's just so impressive how major league hitters have gotten to the point where they can square up 102 miles an hour.
It's insane, dude. It's so crazy to me that these guys get hit. I mean, like Chapman, JT, and like all this stuff. It's like I'm blown away by it. It like the fact it doesn't seem possible to swing that quickly and anyway.
I think that JT hit was the last hit that Chapman's allowed. He is not allowed to hit.
Wow, really? I knew he'd been awesome. Wow, that's unreal. Wow.
Well, because I keep thinking back to like Joel Zamaya and how the first time I saw 100 plus, it was like, well, that's obviously unhittable. But I mean, you look at Helsley's getting ripped. You look at like Duran's four seamer is not that great. You look at Luzardo has like 98 from left side with his four seamer, and that's not it's arguably his worst pitch is a 98 mile an hour four seamer from the left side. That's not how this should work.
No.
At all. So I can't believe it. I can't believe it. But
really
yes,
I mean, I was going to say when we were growing up, and I forget that I grew up before you. At least when I was growing up, the idea of someone throwing 100 was nonsense. Like even in the movie Major League, they make him throw 99 because it's like, oh well, he's not going to throw 100. Like like it was like 100 was such a mythical thing. Like, and now it's like. Dude, like when it pops in at 103, I told you with the first one, I was like, said to Emily, that's the fastest pitch I've ever seen a Phillies pitcher pitch. And they threw 4 more or whatever. It's like Ben Joyce, I see his like stat, like it's like 104.8, 104. I'm like, what is happening? How did this like jump like this? It's crazy.
Emily, by the way, very nice compliment on Saturday. She said, hey,
oh yeah,
you are looking skinnier. And I said, appreciate
it. See, she knew what to say. She knew the right thing.
Well,
you are. Honestly, it is inarguable. Like you are just skinnier. Like there's no question.
When you roll up in the new outfit that he teased in text messages,
it did look good.
There's a buzz. There's a buzz in the building. There's a buzz.
We weren't in a building when we saw you were outside, but yes, agree. There was a buzz around the wedding.
And Jill and I got there with about 5 minutes to spare.
Yeah, you were like, save me a seat. And I was like trying to, and you just kept being so late that it was hard to save you a seat. But yeah.
In my defense, which Jill does not agree with, the road was ridiculous. All of a sudden, it just split, and it went from like express and local or something. I was like, well, obviously, I'll just take the express.
And you missed the exit.
No, there's nowhere to get back over.
Yeah, the point is you can't get the exit. You don't get because you're not on the local. Yeah,
and I tell you what, there is no
Jersey,
more
freaking Jersey, dude. Yeah.
There's no more sinking feeling than passing your exit and knowing.
Worst feeling in the world. Worst feeling in the world.
I'm like, because and this of course across my brain. The only thing standing in between us and that exit was about 5 yards of grass.
Yeah,
like I
thought about
could have done it. Thought about it. But thankfully they said 5:30, but didn't start till like 5:40. And we were not the last 2 people there. I want that on the record.
We were the second to last.
The second to last people there. Second to last.
It was a really great time. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's good. It was good to see it. Good to see everyone. So,
yeah.
And the Phils won. They were on the verge of blowing it.
Phils won.
I think I let out a clap on the Edmundo home run in the middle of the bridesmaid speech. Maybe
it was something like that, and we all looked over and we're like, "Jack, buddy."
It's like, come on, hold on.
Yeah.
Tucker would appreciate it.
He his phone out immediately too. Like there was no question. Like 6:05, Jack was like, "All right, I'm watching." I comes by me like a minute late or 2 minutes later. He's like, "Nose looks good." He was just like, we're at a reception, just hanging out. He's like got his phone in his hand at all times. It was very classic Fritz right there.
I got one text that Nola was sitting 94, and I said, "Well, I'm not letting you be the only one that watches this."
It was good, man. It was good. Yeah. I think you were exactly what Tucker would have wanted you to be. That is funny.
And that's all I was trying to do. Now, was I what Jill wanted me to be? Probably not.
No. But that was probably never gonna happen anyway. So
Listen, it's year 7 for us. Today's our anniversary, so she knows what she knows by this point.
That's right. Yeah, it's year 7, but also year like 27. So yeah, same thing.
Yeah. All right.
I'm gonna let you go.
That's
you got
all
a lot going on around you.
Sunny's over here.
We'll be back after the Mets series. Big series. Handle business, boys. All right. Until then, here's Fritz and Seltzer.